Literally, roommate horror story. This is so long overdue. This is so long overdue. If you all think you've had bad roommates, listen to this story and I can promise you, you'll feel better, okay? I don't look too good right now. I don't care. Like, whatever. I'm in my guest house chilling. Anyways, let's go. So I met this girl at the club. This is going to be like a 6-part story. This is so bad. I met this girl at the club. And she was all like nice, you know what I mean? Like she seemed to be put together and she approached me. She's like, "Oh my God, you look like Elena Shishkova," whatever, some like Russian Instagram model's name. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like I actually had gotten that a lot before. Like she was so drunk, she literally thought I was Elena Shishkova or whatever, like at the club in the dark, whatever. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And like we kind of vibed and like she was like, "So what do you do like for work?" And I did let's just say I don't want to talk about my work. But anyways, I asked her what she did for work. I was like, "Well, what do you do?" You know? And she's like, "Oh, I'm a wedding planner." Okay, so I actually believed it. I believed everything she said. So one thing leads to another. We're hanging out, we're talking, and like she's like super nice, you know, the vibes are good. And all of a sudden she's like, "I want to move into like an apartment. I want my own apartment. Would you want to go in with me?" And at this time, I'm 18 years old. I'm like, okay, like I don't really want an expensive place to live because I'm out all the time. I'm like more about the experience, whatever. But she insisted on moving into the Hollywood Tower. She's like, "I want to move into the Hollywood Tower, blah, blah, blah." And it was like $3,000 a month, I think, something like that. Anyway, and she insisted that she had the master bedroom and that she would pay extra for the master bedroom. And I said, I agreed to it. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to like have a nice place. I get into this place with this girl. This girl had a plan to trap me. I get no place with this girl. She did not mention that she had two pets that were unruly. She didn't even have a litter box for her cat. She had no litter. How do you have a cat with no litter box? Okay? And think about this. We're at the Hollywood Tower. We're like on the top floor. We have a balcony. Her dog, she never took her dog out to go to the bathroom. So guess where the dog would go to the bathroom? On the floor. And guess what? And guess who wouldn't clean it up? Her. She wouldn't clean that shit up. Literally, pun intended, she wouldn't clean it up. So she wouldn't clean her dog. So here we are in this expensive apartment, and she gets the master bedroom, and her master bedroom was disgusting. It's like, you want to claim the master bedroom, and you want to pay more and all this, but you're gonna like trash it. What is the point? What's the point in having a nice apartment if your animals are gonna defecate all over it? And it's embarrassing, and I can't even have people over. I couldn't even have people over because she was so disgusting. She would let food sit out rotting. Also, she would let her animals defecate everywhere, like dried up, like defecations of all sorts, like all over the place, right? I would actually pay maids to come clean. I would pay maids for her mess. I would pay the maids, and they would come clean, right? And then the next day it would be trashed again. And she wouldn't pay anything for the maids. Oh, and we're just getting started. She never paid a dime of the rent. So here she is, trashing the place. Didn't tell me she had pets. Let animals defecate everywhere. Just nasty, dried up. Left like rotting Taco Bell sitting out. Disgusting, right? Demanded the master bedroom, which is fine. I didn't care. But didn't pay a dime. Had not paid a dime in the whole 6 months we lived there, okay? Didn't pay anything. Come to find out, she's not a wedding planner. She has no job. She trapped me in that apartment to pay for everything so she could just trash it. And then guess what? Since her room was so dirty and foul and disgusting with rotting food and defecation from animals and things like that all over it, she literally, I went home one night from the club. She had a guy in my bed because my room was clean. My bathroom and my room, they were like really clean. She literally had a dude in my bed. What? And you all thought that was the worst part? No. You know her little kitten, she had 2 pets I told you about that she didn't tell me about, that she never let her kitten out. Like she literally didn't even have a litter box for her cat. She also stole my things. So I'm looking around all day. Like, I'm like, I know, like when rent time came, she would like run to Vegas, right? So I'm looking around the apartment like for my stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go over to her side of the house, even though it's disgusting. I'm gonna go into the trenches and I'm gonna find my watch and all my belongings that I know that she's been stealing. And I did find my belongings, but guess what else I found under a pile of clothes? Her kitten. Her kitten had passed away under a pile of her clothes. That's how negligent she was. Dirty, nasty, filthy. Like, this is the filthiest. No one has ever done me this dirty. Like, this girl. And then guess what? That's not the worst part. That's not the worst part. The worst part is when I went down to tell the apartment managers. I went down to tell them. I'm like, hey, she let her cat pass away under a pile of clothes. She literally said it was all me, like all the mess, all the trash, all the animals, like everything. She said those were my pets. She told so then Hollywood Tower thought that it was me that let the kitten pass away, and me that did all that stuff, and she just got away clean. Oh, and the girl never brushed her teeth either. I went searching for a toothbrush. There was no toothbrush to be found in that apartment. She is dirty. Honestly, I'm traumatized by this situation. I'm so traumatized. Like, she's the most disgusting human being I've ever met in my life. So filthy. I've met a lot of dirty people, but like this was a whole different level. And she did me so dirty in so many ways. Like, I'm sorry. I can't gatekeep this any longer. And I'm not going to say names.